Asamoah Gyan is the captain of the Ghana national team. He's the spearhead. He led the team to the end of the qualifiers, and they are currently having a place in Equatorial Guinea, and he's my guest today. Thank you, Asamoah Gyan. Good afternoon. Good to have you here. Yesterday, in the last couple of days, privileged to have spent the day in and out with you at the airport, at the stadium, and all that. You didn't play in Ghana's final 2 games. The first one in Kampala, I was there, and also in Tamale. Did you think that the team missed you?
I would say yes and no. I would say yes and no. Yes, because we needed experience up front. I think in the first game, playing in front of a huge crowd outside the country, we needed a bit of experience there, which we lost. But I think that the team played a great game. They had a great performance. They took almost all the possession of the ball, but at the end of the day, we lost. And I think in the second one, we were able to deliver because against Togo, because we were playing at home, and the fans were behind us, and the players were there to prove people wrong, and then we had to just support them, to do the right thing, and they had an excellent performance in Tamale. And I think talking about the team, it's an all-round team. We don't have to depend on one person, but that is.
You've spoken about proving people wrong in Tamale, especially after they lost to Uganda, which didn't go too well for the team. Speaking of proving people wrong, this must have been one of the toughest qualifiers you have played. And this question is because I'm asking from a mental point of view. Mentally, this should be one of the toughest qualifiers you've played.
Yeah, I think so, because this qualifier has been, I think we've qualified in the most difficult time. Talking about what happened in the World Cup and a lot of things going on in the country, commission here and there. We all know what is going on, and they had to change the head coach of the team. A lot of things. And I think I would say I would like to congratulate the boys, because it wasn't that easy to qualify around this moment of the qualifier. But that is what I always say. In life, a lot of things happen. We have to just keep on doing what you know best, and then keep focused on what you're doing.
Now, I was in Tamale with you at the airport when we were coming down to Accra, and the game between Nigeria and South Africa was on. What are your thoughts about the way Nigeria have crashed out of the African Cup of Nations? Surprised?
I was so surprised. I was too surprised. The African champions be crashed out. It's something sad. And then secondly, Nigeria has been our neighbors. I wish they could go, because talking about the neighboring country aspect and stuff. But football doesn't deal with names anymore. It's about the performance on the field. And, I was kind of surprised though, but it's part of the game.
But you have to be honest. If Nigeria is not there, it is a better chance of Ghana to win the tournament.
Yes. I can easily say so, but it will depend on the team. We have to just deliver on the field. It's very easy to say. Everybody can say you're going to win it. People say you're going to win it, but it's up to us to just deliver on the field. That is my belief. When we go as a team and then we do the right thing, I'm sure we can lift the cup.
You've played in several African Cups of Nations. Ghana is here to win, whether you were captain or not. But consistently, you have been individually brilliant. After each tournament, does it frustrate you that, yes, I've been good, but the team has not?
I've been really frustrated every time. I wish Ghana can lift the cup one day. The performance can be there, the individual performance can be there, as you say. But we have to just do something one day. For our legacy. Sometimes we just sit down and say, hey, we're doing every time. People are being happy in the country. At the end of the day, we don't bring anything home. Yeah. That is quite frustrating, but we're still pushing, we're still working hard, and I think one day we're gonna win it. Who knows? It might be next year's African Cup of Nations. It might be. but it will.
Speaking of that, what are your chances? I mean, we've seen, I know it's quite early to talk. We've seen the countries in there. You look at the scaling of the teams. Before every tournament, you ask the same question, what do you think are your chances and all that? But realistically, at this time, Ghana is going through a phase. The group of players who were a bit older, some have gone, but Kwesi Appiah especially made it his business to bring young blood. And we saw even in your absence and in the absence of the DIU and Kodjo Asamoah that the young blood can do some great things. What do you think realistically are the chances of Ghana now that the backbone of experience is not there too much, but there's a lot of youth?
Yeah, it's a good thing. You know, it has happened before in 2010. It has happened before, where the hope. I remember Ghana's hope was like, "Hey, we're coming home.
Yeah.
We're coming home." And at the end of the day, we went to the final. Even when we were winning, they were saying our performance wasn't good, but we were still winning. But we lost in the game that we played very well. That was in the final. Yeah. That was what I'm trying to say. Like football, things happen in football. You know, what we have to do is to just support the young ones. You know, we've got a young, talented team, and I think we've got a good chance. We've got a good chance of winning it.
Going into the Nations Cup, I have to ask you this: which has been your best Nations Cup? You are going to your Nations Cup number 5. Which has been your best one?
My best Nations Cup was in 2010 in Angola.
Right.
Yeah, in Angola. The team was playing very good at that time. Everybody was in good shape. Everybody was there to prove because there was a lot of criticisms. I scored, I think, 90% of our goals. And yeah, I think I would say it was one of my best tournaments. I scored against the host nation, you know, in a crucial game. I scored in the semi-final. And I scored my first goal was in the first game against Ivory Coast with a penalty shootout. And my performance and my energy was good. I was running everywhere, and my performance was good. So I'll say it was.
If 2010 was your best Nations Cup, then probably the coach who led you may be the best coach who has ever led you in the Black Stars. Milovan Rahivac, is he the best coach you've ever had in the Black Stars?
You know, we cannot say he has been my best coach, but his tactics was good for the team. It was really working. It was really working at that time because he was playing the 4-5-1 system, you know, which everybody was very compact, and I think that was his tactic he brought, and it did pay off. You know, it really worked for the team. You know, we had success. We went to the final, we went to the quarterfinals in the World Cup. He has been one of the best coaches Ghana has ever had, I think.
In that tournament, you scored 3 goals, and it has contributed largely to your not spectacular goal haul, but compared to the great strikers in the African Nations Cup, you are going to about 6 or 7 goals. How do you look at yourself when you compare Nations Cup history? Do you think that when the history is written, Asamoah Gyan will be among the great strikers of the African Nations Cup?
For now, I don't really know. What I know is I just keep on doing my job, and I leave the rest for the fans to judge. You know, I try to work for the team. I try to win. I try to score. As a striker, you know, and I cannot say anything right now. But at the end of my career, I'll see what I've done in football. I'm still living on my legacy. I'm trying to win a lot of things, which I have done so far at the age of 29. I've won many awards. I'm still going strong, but I don't really know. I just.
Which is your most important award, individual, that you won? That means a lot to you.
I won a BBC African Football of the Year in 2010 for my great performance, and I won a Football of the Year in Ghana, and a Prestige award. I think I won.
Which stands out in your memory? Of all of them, which stands out in your memory?
I would say the BBC.
The BBC.
The BBC.
Well, now, if you need glory, you might have to be led again tactically as well as you were done in 2010. Avram Grant is almost here. How did you hear about the news?
Yeah, we the playing body, we take it as a normal thing because when a coach is gone, a new coach has to chip in into his space. You know, now we are also looking forward to working with a coach. You know, so if he's been appointed, we are the playing body. We are here to abide by his tactics and his rules and everything. You know, we are under him. We are working under him So if he's been appointed, then we don't have any choice. We have to just work with him and then make sure we work hard and then work with him wholeheartedly.
Getting into the African Nations Cup, Equatorial Guinea, Morocco, the whole thing, you give your support to the fact that the tournament must go on. Why did you say that the tournament must go on, knowing all the problems that had to do with it?
Because African Cup of Nations goes on every 2 years. It has been like a tradition, and if something happens, like talking about Ebola or something, they cannot stop Ebola because of, they cannot stop African Cup of Nations because of Ebola. This is the right time we need to support the country that have been infected by those diseases. We don't have to neglect them. This is the time they need our support. So I think it had to go on, and I really do thank CAF for their bold decision, and everything is going on. So I'm really happy, and I can't wait.
I can't sleep without asking you this. You have consistently been great for 12 years. Do you feel vindicated by your move to Al Ain now?
I would say it's.
Wait, I was one of those who bashed. I bashed you. I really bashed you. But now,
you have to let it go.
Yeah. Do you feel vindicated?
No. When I was moving there, I knew that was what people might think, but it was like a challenge to me. And with the quality that I have, I don't doubt my quality. Honestly, I don't doubt my quality because it doesn't matter where I play. It's all about hard work and dedication. And I think I've been able to prove people wrong, and people have realized it's not about where you play. Because when I went there, was like, his form is gonna be down and everything. But I'm still scoring my goals and I'm still performing. So I would say it's one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Quickly, for Ghanaians, their biggest problem with that move was that when you go to Al Ain, you will stop scoring for Ghana. But since you went to Al Ain, you've been scoring bags and bags full of goals. You scored over 100 goals for the club and even done better for the country. Would you tell every African striker that if he wants to keep scoring for his national team, he should move to the UAE League?
I won't say that because I've tasted the European League, the top leagues, before moving there. So personally, I wouldn't advise a young player to move there in the early stage of his career. You have to get the experience, somewhere before you might think of doing something for yourself. But for me, I think I've played in Europe, I've played in France, I've played in England, I've played in Italy. So because me moving there was like a challenge to me, and I've been able to deliver. My career is not over yet, but I'm still hoping for better things.
Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi? Ronaldo or Messi?
Honestly, Ronaldo has done enough this year.
Thank you.